let's get the day started. Nope, that's my ears. There we go. That's on loop. I can end those tabs. Let me go ahead and put the prediction up. All right. There we go on that. Extend the chat window a little bit, and we should be a-okay. All right, how are you all doing? Weewoo here. We're back with OFCRA. It is just a standard Blue 4 versus OPT4, meant to be a Philippine sort of scenario here. We'll probably be pushed through in about 2 minutes. I always put the prediction up early on these matches because I know I have quite a bit of players that like to vote for themselves on the polls first and foremost. So, this is meant to be a 2018 Philippines-style AO. There's quite a few objectives to do, so breaking everything down here. Both sites are going to be fighting for an industrial site that is going to, I believe, be this position right here. There's no time limit on this one. It's worth 4 points. There's also a construction site that gets cashed in within the 60-minute mark. That is worth 2 points. Hospital, worth another 2 points. That has to be held at the 75-minute mark. Again, this is a 90-minute scenario. Blue 4 is fighting to keep the mayor of the AO alive. Blue 4 has a bit of a starting garrison in this AO. By the end of the game, if the mayor is kept alive, they get 3 points. If OPT4 finds and eliminates the mayor, they gain 3 points. There's also a radio tower up at this position. Blue 4 have to destroy it. It's worth 2 points. OPT4 have to keep it alive. It's worth 2 points. And then there's a 5-man supremacy bonus. So, looks like it's miswritten in the commands here. But basically, if the enemy team has 5 or less people... Actually, no, it says less than 5, so it'd be 4 or less people on either side. Then one team gains 4 points, which I do like that high amount of bonus there. But it looks like they put 4 bridges down to link this position here with these other areas to help bridge the AOs coming in here. We see that Blue 4 also has access to some sort of either watercraft or helicopter craft on Yuri Island, and then OPT4 is started in 3 spawn points, one close to that radio tower to defend. Blue 4 have the southern air base, and again, a position right here, which to me points there. You have got watercraft to rush in here. So a nice water-based PvP AO for this one. Hopefully the server won't crap out, and we'll just have to see how all of this goes. Nonetheless, after this today, we're going to have our standard POG operation at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a lot of cool custom objectives, including going after that quote-unquote cloning facility. I doubled Saddam's arms from 2 to 4, and I made a giant minefield that they can go in and defuse stuff in if they want to. So, we'll see how things go. Well, Shark, I hope your interview went well. Hope you asked a good few follow-up questions about the company, made yourself look good, and I hope you get that position if you want it. Otherwise, with that, I mean, Blue 4 will probably see them using air and water support to get into the AO. OPT4, I've got them on an airbase here. They might have their own air support to go with, but we also have some spawn points, some sort of ground convoy right here. I'd imagine another sort of ground convoy right over there, but plenty of AOs to come in through all around this map, so we'll just have to see how things go. I'm thinking tonight, after POG,
send in GOAT.
Let's let this play real quick.
Now.
So glad to be able to make the stream again. Curse working nights.
Zaggins, I feel you. Thanks for the 9-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this OFCRA PvP scenario. But I'm thinking after the POG stream, depending on if I have any IRL duties. If I don't, I'm going to probably do some mission dev. I have a window of time on Sunday morning. I'm thinking about starting the Halo campaign then. If I can't get it then, I can do it Monday. But I want to probably do a double feature of Halo if I can to really like get us in gear immediately. The one tough thing that's going to be a part of that, though, is how I'm plotting everything. So it might just become an additional mission in the campaign. since I'd have to announce that on the same day and get slotting on the same day as well. So, little bit risky, but we'll just have to see how that goes. But I think I could get that sorted, mainly because I know Friday I'll have time to make missions. And then that'll help me get back on track with this month, because I want to start extending the... not extending, but moving the way I do ops. Instead of beginning to end of the month, we'll do it like middle of the month to middle of the month. That way I can adjust things a bit better on the fly. But yeah, shame about yesterday with the whole map for the the last ship campaign exploding and causing anyone to connect to crash. And then 506, there was just something wrong with the server. And it turned out there was a hidden dependency for one of the mods I wanted to use, because it's a brand new mod. And then on top of that, the server just broke. So it wasn't a good day, but I've revised how I'm going to be doing 506 stuff to make sure it's tested on Tuesday. And then the Wednesday stuff, I know better, but usually I give myself a 4-hour buffer window to fix it. I just wasn't expecting the entire thing to be busted completely. So it's like, you know, what can I do? Oh, well. Anyway, mission has started. You got the mayor right here again, worth 3 points to either side. Blue 4 spawning in with a bit of a protectorate team in the center here. We got AT4s, M4 platforms, some M24, bolt action marksman rifles. Otherwise, nothing too special beyond that. They're going to be kitting up accordingly. Let me make sure my T-FAR plugin is on. Oh, I know why. It's because when I went and played on that Tuesday thing, they were using depreciated T-FAR. There we go. Now I'll be able to hear him locally in-game. If it moves me in the TeamSpeak channel, which it might take a hot second. But regardless, let's go ahead and look at the rest of Blue 4. We've got... Wow, wait, so where is the rest of Blue 4? We got a squad right here on the water. They're going to take an RHIB in. This is the 7th. And then I guess the rest of them, because I don't see any of them on the airfield at all. Huh. Weird. The rest, I guess, are down here with a UH-1Y chopper. It looks like it's just 4 people, so that might be enough for both chopper teams to take the 50 cals down. But this is only going to be like a 40v40 for OFCRA. It's not a lot of people on today. And I think that's because there's been a stream of technical issues with the OFCRA server, so a lot of people have lost confidence. So they're just going to hopefully bounce themselves back with the server. But, I mean... Oh my god, this is more like a 50v30, actually. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's 31. Let me look at the grand total of people on the TeamSpeak. 83. So this is like a 50v30. Holy crap. Oh. Oh my god. So looking at Op4's numbers here over on the side, we've got BTR 40s coming in. Op4 appears to be AK-74 based. Oh, this is going to be a slaughter. We got some NPZ rails for Western Optics. That's an ACOG on that AK-74. We got another convoy of just Land Rovers coming in. And then we've got a third convoy here. I see a BRDM. Oh, no. So 2 BMP-1s and 2 BTRs. Oh. Oh, no. Is this game played a little like Age of Empire? Not really. I have no control of this interface here other than, or I have no control of what the players do. I'm just a mere spectator. How would I put it? We're just watching a bunch of people Age of Empire op when the melee mods are... Actually, I'm sure Web Knights released quite a bit of stuff. You could potentially do some sort of Age of Empire style op, but... Yeah, this is more of a first-person, third-person shooter, Squeaky. I just happen to be spectating it from above. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a way you can kind of turn this game into a 3D RTS, but that includes a few mods and the Zeus interface, but that is not what I specifically specialize with, but nonetheless. Trying to figure out what Blue 4's plan is going to be here. But again, we'll do a quick breakdown of all these AOs. So OFCRA is a 90-minute round. They've got a 8-minute safe start in the beginning, but they usually have all week to plan everything on. The scenario here is we got 4 bridges extending to, you know, bridge and create additional choke points in the AO. But in this round, there's multiple ways to score points. First off, by the end of the round, whoever has more people in this industrial area gains 4 points. At the 60-minute mark, whoever has more people in the construction site gains 2 points. At the 75-minute mark, this hospital is worth 2 points as well. The mayor, which you see, his position is constantly updated. That's going to be painful for Blue 4. If he dies, Op 4 gains 3 points. If he lives till the end of the round, Blue 4 gain 3 points. There's also a radio tower up here. If it's destroyed by the end of the round, Blue 4 gains 2 points. If it's kept alive, then Op 4 will gain 2 points. And then there's a supremacy bonus where if there's only 4 or less people alive on one side, the opposite side gains 4 points. AKA if Blue 4 is down to 4 or fewer people by the end of the round, then Op 4 gains 4 points and vice versa. Is Seedorf in this op? Oh, we're bringing that back. You know, out of every time to have the Twitch staff come in and watch my content, you guys had to make the Seedorf meme, but I do not see Seedorf. Because again, Seedorf is a member of BIA, and we rarely see them in OFCRA unless they are usually doing an OFCRA versus BIA put up or shut up 150 to 180 player scenario. So we're about 100 people short for something like that. Yeah, Ian showed up a few weeks ago. I want to say a month and a half ago. With the whole Seedorf main. I haven't thought of BIA in a while either. I only seen them over occasionally in OFCRA stuff, but yeah, it's not my thing. Hey, righto. Tassander is me. Appreciate it, man. Sorry, I had to read. I wanted to say Tacitor for your name, like the damn StarCraft character. Anyway. Yeah, Devour, I'm not surprised, which is why when I'm doing commission jobs, I'm always really skeptical about when I send stuff in, because I've had multiple times where this is why I also don't do free work anymore unless it's someone that I can absolutely trust because they have the same towel in with me. But there's plenty of people out there that like to take your mission file, you send them and edit them, and the easiest way to check for that is test it a day or two early. And if they're against you testing it a day or two early, that's your first red flag. Because for anyone with 2 cents, they'd want their missions tested on their server so they know they work. But then download the mission file that, you know, they've quote-unquote processed. Compare that in your MP missions cache. And if the numbers are different in terms of the byte size, then you know someone's touched something that they're not supposed to. Unless they said that they were going to edit something you approve of, but even then, all the more reason to check it to make sure people didn't do stuff to your file. Ain't that fun. Am I doing more Spook tonight? Don, what I'm thinking of doing is this. Then we got Pog at 7. I got a really fun underground facility. You might recognize it. It's one of my old favorites. I've just cut it in half in terms of size because I have this other stuff going on in the AO as well. They're playing music. That's cute. And then I might chill with a few friends, play 7 Days to Die, and if I don't, I'll probably stream some mission dev because I might have an opportunity to run a mission on Sunday, and I would really like to make up for the, you know, crazy BS that happened on Wednesday, so we'll go for that. Yeah, if you remember the first Splendid Squad, that massive underground facility I used, I'm using an updated version of it, but I'm only using a different starting point that's been added to it and the command room. And I themed the command room with plenty of Saddam Hussein stuff. It's going to be fun. Eddie, time for drone. Here's the issue, Falcon. You're not going to be able to get Eddie through the... Well, actually, no, you could get Eddie. If you bring him on your backpack and you teleport into the bunker... and then you deploy Eddie. Can Eddie go upstairs, though? That's my question. Yeah, because I know, funny enough, though, we've, there's a giant minefield in the AO, too, and, Logi's going to have an opportunity to go harvest some mines as if this was an RTS. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. That is for later tonight. Anyway, we see Blue 4 landing helicopter here with a few guys, and then the boats are also deploying the players from the 7th. Looks like they're going to occupy the hospital area for now, and the rest of Blue 4 is opting to hold the construction yard and the hospital. Now, because it's going to be a 30 versus 50 here in terms of Op4 versus Blue 4, technically Blue 4 versus Op4, Blue 4 on 30, Op4 attacking with 50. I doubt we're going to see any Blue 4 go for that radio tower objective, so that's 2 points for Op4 right off the bat, unless something gets snuck around. But we're going to probably see Blue 4 try to hold these 2 internal objectives and then probably push through and try to take the industrial area for a good 8 points right there. And if the mayor survives, that's another 3, but definitely a focus on the AOs here. Fighty Boy, thanks for the tier 1 sub. I'm blanking on what I want to talk to you about. I hope you keep enjoying the content. I'm going to see if I can make sure that I do all of my mission dev stuff to give you some stuff to listen to while you drive around and you know where. I hope everything's okay where you are, and I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this PvP scenario. We just saw an Op4 marksman firing up at Blue 4 here, so they took shots and immediately went into cover, so they know that they're being pushed by a few guys over there. You got Kerfus up here. I think he's in cover, though. He's got a nice M60 with him, though. But I will also say this, back to Pog, as we see Op4 set up here. I'll shut up about it when I see Op4 really start making moves, though. But we see both BMP1s and BTRs in play for Op4 as well. Again, this is going to be nuts. Pog for the contracting campaign. I'm planning for this to be the last campaign I do. So another, I want to say, month to 2 months worth of missions, and I'm going to completely reset it. Simply because they've added RHS and 3CV factions to the mod set. And that adds a whole new plethora of possibilities, and it gives me an excuse to rework that campaign too, to completely rebalance it. I think the biggest mistake right now was giving you guys a backpack version of the drones instead of making you pay individually for them. And then purely relying on the real-world costs of everything. I'm just going to BS it and make it my own. But we got Op4 now driving down right here. Righto, Fighty. Oh, this should be good. So Blue 4, shoot it. You have a machine gun. They think it's friendly. They... You know, I'm gonna be honest, if they got away with that, I don't know what I'd say if they actually got away with that. I think he thought that those were the friendlies he was hooking up with. They just pulled him out of the vehicle, though. And they just took his AT as well. Oh, man. Here, let me set up my highlights here. Though I haven't uploaded anything on the VOD channel for, not the VOD channel, the Shenanigans channel for a while. I've been too busy with other stuff, but I plan on eventually getting that reworked as I work on my footage backlog. But that is time for another thingy. I was doing experiments with the main channel's upload and see if I can find a good schedule for it. But again, time for another day. Got a little bit of a median right here, so that's preventing these guys from seeing each other as Op4 is right on the heel of Blue 4 there. They've also stolen the Land Rover and are pulling it back. Op4 I'm a little worried about right now because Op4, again, this is a 50 versus 30. Op4 on 50, Blue 4 on 30, but we're seeing Op4 attacking in divided groups because they've spawned in 3 different areas. This allows Blue 4 to technically defeat Op4 in detail by Blue 4 pushing in with only a third of 50, which is, what, roughly 15, 16 dudes? 16 dudes fighting, you know, a Blue 4 garrison, which they've divided their force in half, so it's 15 and 15. Op4 fighting even terms like this means that Blue 4 has a decent chance of beating Op4 back, you know? Both sides having the number advantage, but Blue 4 defending instinctively gives them the advantage of having cover and engaging Op4 when they're moving from position to position. So if Op4 can close in additional forces and circle and completely eliminate areas to, you know, negate Blue 4's defensive advantage, mainly by Op4 flanking, that would be good. But if Blue 4 just trickles in one group at a time, Blue 4 can pick them apart when they move position to position and even deny them the ability to advance. And, well, that's... One scenario has Blue 4 winning it really well, the other one has Op4 winning it really well. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But Depso over here, is he a marksman? He does have an ACOG on his AK, and he could provide some pretty decent marksman support from this position. So he's going to start shooting. He's got to range his gun out. You see him shooting high and left right there. Now it's high. Now it's just completely left. So he's got his gun ranged in. Blue 4 might start taking cover, but from that range, he's not going to be able to spray anyone down real well. But you do have the mayor left in a position over here. He's being left on the corner, but kind of being abandoned. So if Op4 pushes him, they could take him out. But we got Op4, a little chunk of forces on the left side coming around. We've got another BTR-40 crossing. That appears to just be an armed BTR-40 with a Dishka for some local fire support. But Op4 is also really just dividing their forces around, mainly utilizing their mechanized forces to go to the hospital area. And then Blue 4 is also sending a chunk of their forces to reinforce north, opting not to fly the UH-60 out because I heard it land, or at least in its landing animation. Yeah, so that's just going to be grounded there, and they're leaving a skeletal crew for the hospital. So... little bit of a tough call. If I was in Blue 4's shoes, I'd honestly be trying to do these objective at a time in terms of defense. I'd probably stick with holding this construction yard and then trying to break out and move to this final objective because that, and that are worth 9 points total. I think that would be enough to take everything. So have the construction yard, have control of this central hill, and possibly have a team out and about ready to pull in to do a flanking action. But really, when you're fighting a 30v50 like this, you have to play very desperately and very, very risky, because otherwise you're just going to get encircled and eliminated by a much more numerous and superior force, especially when they have armored vehicles in the form of BTRs and BMPs that can just snuff your defensive positions out, to be perfectly honest. So you got the mayor now being moved. Mayor. Two different terms there. Zog just somehow tanked a headshot. I love this game and its clunky ballistics. Beck's trying to advance. He is up a kill right now. And Fury and Swola are both dead on the 4 fortifications out there. So Beck's got one of them. I don't know who got the other one there. Yeah, one of you mentioned he does have a GL over there, Depso, but this is 400 meters. Would actually get him on the southern edge of that AO at maximum range, because that's the longest length you can put a GP25 system out, which is the UGL for an AK. But it would be incredibly inaccurate. Now, he could move closer on foot, or he could try moving around on the bridge, but look at this. So Blue 4, they know Op4 is coming up this flank, so they're trying to send this force up on the right side to potentially attack them as they go, as Op4 comes in. Again, risky maneuver to make, but at this point, you have to make a call like that, because otherwise you're just going to sit in a defensive position the entire time and get pummeled by the BMP-1's cannons, which are, what, 73mm murder cannons. So that grenade knocks Timek out. And again, that's the defender advantage with grenades. The attackers have to come to you right into grenade range, and you can just throw a little explosive out there. And then this shanty town here, it's not going to stop bullets, so if they get suppressed in these buildings, they will go down. But we need to see this Blue 4 strike team come in and get a really good flank on the opponent, which is why I appreciate how Op4 is sending a few feeler units out to draw out any of these flanking teams so that the main force behind them can then come in and squish them. But meanwhile, Op4's gone for an Overwatch plan with a flanking force coming in the side. That's going to pull defense away from multiple angles to engage both the forces moving in the Overwatch, but we also have another assaulting position coming from the opposite way. So now we've got pretty much a pincer maneuver with some great Overwatch here for Op4 to utilize. Blue 4 dividing themselves out, but we've got some of those forward feeler units starting to breach in. And they're going to start massacring. So Skipu on 2 kills, Vexen, I think, still on the 1. And I think those are the 3 skulls between, you know, the 3 deaths we see on Blue 4 gotten by those 2 forces as they push up. Little worried about this group. They've opted to stop right here. They don't have the best eyes into this area. We just saw a small keyhole right here shooting at Albercue, but from there, the way these guys are moving in, the smoke just ran out. They can be pinned by these future defensive positions further up, excuse me. We need to see these guys push. As we see Wombat pushing, though he was just suppressed by a friendly. But when he's this close to enemies, he can do a lot of damage here. And I know 400 meters is doable with the GP25 system, but there's a difference between doable and accurately doable. And that's the difference, especially when you're fighting a building. And we're not dealing with, you know, real-world ballistics, because by all means, if this was real-world, we would not be seeing these variables in play. But you have to hit them pretty close with the GP, or at least get it in the window. And at this much of a slant, when the round is going to be going like this, you're going to really be wanting to focus on the rooftop at that point, because getting it on the angle from the angle of entry from the round is going to be nearly impossible. What a good thing to call out, nonetheless. So you got, I like the M60 keyhole right here. You got Wombat moving in. You got the fact that these are US weapon systems, that would be a 203 firing. I doubt they have 320s, but they got to be careful because Wombat's up there and they could accidentally GL him because they are hitting them with the shrapnel from those GLs. I think because they saw his movement and are now mis-PIDing him, but now they're starting to range those rounds up there. You still got Vexen and Skipu running around down here. NASA, I can't tell if he's getting shot at by friendlies or there's just crossfire over here, but it is certainly a mess. The mayor's been pulled back to that building. You got this OFCRA force starting to come around. That's going to pull attention away from guys focusing over here to now focus on this force coming in. And with all of these eyes for Blue 4 being pulled away in various directions, we might start seeing more forces break in on this side. Wombat, because he took friendly GL shrapnel, is going to be forced to hold before he can advance a bit more. But more Blue 4 should be following Wombat's example here and trying to get the flanks here. Because if they can get on top of an OFCRA position and pop some grenades, they can get some great multi-kills, and they can start sweeping around. That is, when we see an FNF, one of the things I love watching Scandy, Recon, or Pepega do when you have a massive battle line of attackers coming in. If Scandy or Pepega are on the defense, they will attack the flank of the entire attack and just start sweeping it left to right or right to left, north to south, whatever wave it's coming in on, and they will rack up the kills. But you have to be aggressive. And the fact that these guys tried to hold in buildings, now you're seeing 2 of them are knocked out. Wombat still hasn't moved up. I think he's done bandaging. He's just waiting for the proper time to go in. But these guys would be great to flank. But again, they're just being pinned now. Now, Albercue has gone down. Skipu's also gone unconscious. Vex is still up trying to lead. He's got a second kill now as NASA, I think, is moving around and trying to eliminate what he can because he knows there's forces over here. Now I think that's a BTR. No, that is a BMP firing. It's next to that downed Comanche static texture. But firing its machine gun up here, denying Blue 4 the use of this floor. Going really well on the suppression there. I'm surprised it didn't open up with its cannon, but at the same time, using that machine gun to deny that area to allow OFCRA to then move in since these forces are suppressed is also a very good call to engage in CQC. Skipu woke back up. NASA's running around on the base floor. Wombat finally starting to move, but OFCRA started breaking down and moving from those positions. You got Timek now moving along the flank. Doesn't find Ander in this building, though. Wombat's moved up, knocked Drago out. He's now taking Overwatch fire from OFCRA. Snovis almost gets shot through the building, but Quebec comes back and takes Wombat out. Ooh. Timek has moved up. He gets the kill on this one, Blue 4 dude. Oh, he wakes back up, but he doesn't notice. Wait a second. Gets the headshot. Now you got another Blue 4 guy coming in. And then he runs down because he didn't have a magazine in his gun. He forgot to reload. Oh! The misplays on blue for OFCRA pre-firing that corner to get out of there. Grenade goes in. Time of getting shot at by Ander because that building wasn't cleared, and the machine gunner takes him out, and he's double tapped by a grenade. Oh! I think Big Leah just tried to fire up there, but his bullets got clipped thinking that Zmiel was hostile there. But you just saw OFCRA come and encounter and go 2 for 1 on his KD. Wombat tried to do the same. He at least got 1 kill, knocked Drago out. At least that's what I remember. He might not even gotten a kill. Yeah, I know. He only got 1 knockout with that. But, I mean, that's what happens when you push alone. You can try to strive to go 2 or 3 to 1, but you have friends helping. You look at that Bluck now firing at Ander because there's a bit of miscommunication here. But this northern position is seriously under threat. Looking to the south, I mean, you got some OFCRA groups trickling in. This round could end very, very early. Honestly, I don't see this lasting for another hour when we're considering the game clock here. It would have to last another hour 15 for it to go fully in the round, but based off of how Blue 4 is getting surrounded right here and how OFCRA have just kept the number advantage, they finally got all the forces around where they needed to, and then we see a number advantage down to the south. I think Blue 4 is going to be done in 30 minutes tops, to be perfectly honest. 6, or if you're talking about Wednesdays, the mission file... All the mechanics of the mission file were fine, but it turns out the map was bugged. And if you tried to run it, it would crash the server and crash the client. And that was something I wasn't expecting to run into in 2023. But hey, I guess I've been proven wrong. So I have to completely remake the mission on a different map. But I've already figured out my new plan for it, so it happens. So you got that BMP starting to open up with its cannon. You have a second BMP overwatching this position. OFCRA is still running around. The mayor has been left in this building here, so HTM might come in and assassinate him. Unless he hasn't... Oh, no, the mayor's dead. He died on Overwatch here. Look at all the Blue 4 bodies, though. These guys got, I think, torn apart by this Overwatch. So that is 3 points for OFCRA. So 3 there and then 2 for that radio tower. I think this is just going to be a clean sweep for OFCRA, to be honest, since we're also going to see a wipe. So, I mean, that's going to be 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like 17 points total. But again, it's a 30v50, which is really, really difficult to win when you're on the 30. Templin does have some nice urban areas, but they're also prone to having really big open areas right next to them. We just saw AT fire by Dawadox. Not sure if he got a kill with that just now. Yes, he did. He just noob-tubed someone. Oh, that's funny as hell. Hey, if you can hit accurately, it's a free kill. Run button there, I apologize. Got Bluck now moving up. These 3 still staying in that one building. But at this point, I think that position is just now unattainable. But again, I really love that OPFOR has an Overwatch position right here, because that's going to stop any Blue 4 flanks from the side and make it very, very difficult for Blue 4 to hold this spot. Them giving up the hill sucks, but I understand why Blue 4 did it, because they just didn't have the manpower for it. But that's why they need that's why they needed that Overwatch. That's why they needed to also have everyone together. I love how you hear the vehicles firing at the hospital from all the way over there. It's trying to hit a Spirit from all the way over here. Block now spraying up, taking some flanking fire there. GL's coming in, OPFOR sweeping more of this position. NASA, though, holding this position on his own, but he hasn't gotten any kills yet. He's just trying to hide back here to see if he gets pushed. Oh, grenade just bounced right next to Spectrum. He's dead. HDM runs in. Another grenade is thrown. That might not get Brendy because of the angle. But Gandalf ran out and he gets knocked unconscious. So that is 3 more Blue 4 dudes sweeps. Just because OPFOR is completely overwhelming this position. Bluck's still trying to move up. Honestly, only one Blue 4 guy left in that sector, so that's going to be conceded to OP4. I'm going to be honest, I don't think OP4 needed the BTRs and the BMPs for this scenario, considering the number balance that we ended up getting, but I understand with the assets I bet they planned for Blue 4 to have possibly on this runway. Like, I don't see any vehicles here. But I feel like Blue 4 was supposed to get some additional ground vehicle assets, too, to help counter that. Or maybe some statics. But OP4 is just going to completely dominate with a range with those BMPs. And Blue 4 doesn't have the manpower to send out spike teams to go try to snipe those. You got more AT being fired into this building. They're trying to noob tube Ash. Still got that suppression going overhead. OP4 is starting to come in. The 7th are all kind of spread out right here. They've been given a very hard task to hold. But do we have any Blue 4 AT? This dude's the medic. Okay, he has a medic backpack, but he's not marked as a medic. But my question is, if Blue 4's got a stick, this is where to use that stick, because this BMP is on its own. No infantry support around it. It could easily be sniped, but I think Blue 4 is just trying to lay low at the moment and let OP4 come in, and then maybe one of those guys could get a lucky grenade or two and pick them off. Well, you got NASA running solo in here. TK Llama takes him out in a 1v1. Still, we have the 4 Blue 4 guys on the outside on the right. They're the only Blue 4 guys still up. You got Prendy here and Gandalf, but they've been on con for a little while. Well, yeah, I mean, it's also a TSB crew in that BMP, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was being used as bait. But you can see that in the squad roster, they're tied to the group over here, so they should be actually... Yeah, most of them are, it looks like they're dedicated vehicle crew, actually, because they're also in a BTR all the way out there. So I have no idea how OP4's organized this, but here we are. All right, so we're down to 3 people on the outside. It looks like Bluck tried to push or pull back and was taken out. I could have seen this working as a 40v40, but OP4 have the vehicle support, so they have to, you know, consider taking up to a 1/4 of their infantry just to have those vehicles, but then the advantage is Blue 4 have the manpower to go and try and hunt them down. Utilize the boats to potentially pull out on different angles and then move in. But definitely, I think there's also too many AOs for this size. But it's also OFCRA makes AOs now for, like, you know, 120 to 150. So only having 80 definitely puts a hamper in those plans. So I'm not going to criticize it too much because the number count has just spontaneously disappeared. But it's also because there's been a bit of an issue with everything. Ilbanek. These days, I find that quality across a lot of things can be more or less the same. When you at least get in the mid-range, something that's cheap is never going to be something that's well-made. And, you know, there are brands that do that. But there is also a lot of items out there where when you pay more for it, you're literally paying for prestige and only prestige. So you try to avoid that crap where you can because, let's be honest, prestige doesn't mean shit anymore. Sure, you'll be the talk of it maybe tonight, but tomorrow night there's going to be some kid on TikTok doing something random that's just going to blow whatever you did out of the damn water. So why even bother? Live your life. Enjoy yourself. Find your circle. Do what you want. Be smart with your money. And that way, when stupid shit in the world happens that screws everyone over financially, you can at least be smart and enjoy your prestige then. I still don't know why that BMP is pushing its own angle right here. I think they think that there's no Blue 4 in here, which is wrong because we've seen that BMP engage this position right here. And it's firing at its own...
FJB, BMP, this is friendly fire.
It's Lolo getting in there. Whoops.
Hey, bud.
It's fine. You didn't kill him.
Okay, let's go. Keep going. Keep
It's
going.
fine, we didn't kill him. That's his damn reply. Bunch of trigger-happy chuckleheads in there. Blue 4 now down to 2 because the third guy died. So now it's just Smell and Ash. So this is the last fight, really. Blue 4's only down to a number count I can count on both fingers. So 2 up there. So 3, 4, 5, 6. They're down to 7. So funny enough, if 3 more people die, then OFCRA wins the supremacy bonus. Speaking of, it's like a member of Blue 4 made a move and just got a kill. Got 2 kills, actually. Try and now jump out here. Morty goes into cover. Or Mordell. Already now running across. Mordell not realize he's being pushed. Is he going to ring around the rosy him? Oh, but if he runs down there, gets picked off by Charlotte with the marksman rifle. Ooh, it's a headshot too. Gosh, that would have been a great play if he ran around, but I think he thought there might have been more down there. Grenade gets thrown into the mix. And now Mortal's firing down, not realizing that's friendly down there. But you gotta love these little one-man desperado plays that Blue 4 is gonna make. Now, Spirit knew that there were people right under him. I'd love to see some grenades tossed over the side. I honestly can't tell who's engaging what. It looks like a Blue 4 guy right here just died. Mini-me gunner. One guy gets dropped immediately, and then the battle buddy takes him out because he got greedy and tried to take him out. Blue 4 now down to 4 people, which means OFCRA have achieved the supremacy bonus. Like I said, this is gonna be an easy round, an early easy round. Lolo is 50 versus 30. I'm not surprised. And again, it shows that OFCRA was planning for a bigger turnout, so you gotta wonder where everyone went. But again, with the server crashes over the past few weeks, I'm not surprised. But hey, it's good to have a quick round once in a while. Bad Cat being engaged from the bushes over here, but here comes Mr. BMP to wonder what just happened there. Model's dead. And this man's just hiding. Yes, yes, shoot your friends again. Make my day. I'm gonna be honest, if you've driven up here already and you haven't taken AT fire in like the 5 minutes that you have been up here, I think it's safe to assume no one's gonna kill you with AT if you now have OPFOR in the AO itself. Gotta be trusting your intuition there at that point. You have a BMP. Use your big shells. Shoot them into the bushes. Why are you pulling back in? Again, if you haven't gotten shot yet by AT, chances are you won't if you're going to play something fast and loose. Ezio just got blown away by a GL by, I believe, Spirit. Not sure how an AP shell could be useful? Simple. I know 3 out of 5 players, 60% chance I would say, that they would freak out and try to run after a shell was fired at them. And there is person number 4. We're down to 3. Smell, Bad Cap, and Ash. Smoke's gonna help Bad Cat move if he needs to. Man, I'm gonna have 2.5 hours or so to enjoy things. I'm gonna use that to catch up on work then. Now you got the BMP. So yeah, if the BMP will waste AP shells up there, why wouldn't it? Okay, that's okay. Again, I try to get into people's heads because I'm like, okay, no, you have a point. AP shell won't really do a lot of damage to infantry. It's not fragmentation. It's just a penetrator round. It would be more to freak them out. But it's like, okay, at that point, then what is this? Because there's no one up here. They wouldn't see anything, so what are they doing? I know, it's Lolo. But you're Lolo too, therefore. Ilbanek, I was having a glitch where I couldn't hear people locally for like a game or two. And then I always forgot to tell you about it. Kermit just got picked off. But by the time I remembered about it being an issue, it started working again. So don't worry about it. Oh, Bad Cap didn't check for another guy. He didn't check for the... Wait, but he's on Overwatch now. One well-placed grenade. Scout it out, Bad Cap. Scout it out first. Your grenade would be your best bet. I appreciate that. Yeah, so a user problem. Probably on my end because I'm dumb. Yeah. No, you're exactly right. Now, Bad Cap, you gotta loot these bodies, take the AT, and take out that annoying BMP. This man is gonna run a solo here, I swear. Is on 2 kills. Ezio would be the 3rd. But will Barrow see him and stop him? I ain't cursing, Bad Cap. Oh! Oh! Well, rest in peace, Bad Cap.
Enemy, yeah, enemy north.
Enemy
close,
shoes.
North, in the building, white building, blue building. Yeah, if it hits.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Shoot him in the ass. Hit him in the legs.
Just shoot him with a rocket.
He's dead. He's dead. He
Woo.
was in the building.
And then there were 2. Is it over? Because I don't know what these 2 chuckleheads are going to do. And we haven't even reached the 45-minute point for the actual time. Subtracting 8 minutes, we're barely over the early game mark. It's just above the 30-minute count. So I'm going to chill around for another 8 minutes, and I'm going to call it because there's no way in hell Blue 4 can bounce back. And if I somehow, if that's somehow not a possibility, and I find out the next 45 minutes these 2 Blue 4 managed to solo and murder everyone, I'll do a face reveal. At that point.
Buddy, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna take care of you. You just stay nice and still. Nice and still, boy.
What
No.
on
It's about
earth?
the game pack and immersion.
That's used out, but he's alive. They don't know blood.
Oh,
That's
we
the
don't
big
know where the
one,
enemy
blood.
is, man. Where are you at, Lo? Oh, there you are. Oh, yeah.
It's all about that immersion.
That's used down, but he's alive.
No, these guys are all dead. This is the last one. This is the...
Even high though. This must have been one of blood.
Ah, they have the aircraft kill. Neat. Please, one of you has AT, right? Just to shoot that BMP in its face. Okay, Zmiel. They're playing super loosey-goosey, so just Just boop him. Just commit the boop. He's just... Was he just doing this? Wait, wait, are you gonna loop around? Where are you going? Just let him come to you, or you can do that. Yep, whatever floats your boat. That hit right in the engine block, and I'm pretty sure that instantly killed the, yeah, murdered the gunner. Funny enough, that wasn't the TSB one, which I thought would pull something like that. Yeah, it went north. And now you're gonna see everyone charge to this position. Wow, Twig was all the way up here, and now he's back down there, but alright. Ah, they spotted Ash up in that tower. How do you respond to a vehicle getting AT'd? You charge the other vehicle in and hope for the best. This is what you can pull when you have numerical superiority in droves. How do you have -1? What did you do? This man's on 5. That's a 1/6 of the enemy player base. Good God. What was the green tower? I want to see the BMP just level it. You know what? Because I want to wrap this up, will Ash channel his inner Adriano and somehow win a 1v like 35 or something? Just to recall, Adriano was in a 3-way faction fight, and he went 1-20. Actually, no, 0. It would be 21-0 officially, but we calculated it up to 23.
Were they shooting at the tower? I think they shot at the tower. I don't know. I thought I saw reflection.
Now let's see how long it takes for TSB's gunner to figure out the tower was being engaged.
BMP, shoot the tower. The infantry were shooting at it earlier. I don't know.
Run! Run, tower, Crunk! Run, tower!
I don't know. You want to go clear? The towers. Yeah, let's go clear the tower. Let's go.
Oh my God. If only there was a convenient way to tell which tower they were shooting at. Maybe some sort of numerical system that, you know, would be visible on all sides of the tower, so OFCRA could go, guys, he's in this tower with this specific numerical domination, or denomination. You get my point.
Hey, Baku, check these buildings. Check those buildings.
Crazy how that works.
Just double check. You're getting shot?
Sounds complicated for Arma players. You know, you could be right.
You're sure you're getting shot?
Here comes Nannard.
Team 6 now.
Well, GG, everyone.
Oh putain, l'enculé. Allez,
That's it. OFCRA wins.
Are you guys okay?
Sixor, thanks for giving Ilvanek a
Yes.
sub. Hope you all keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. That's it. Pay out the poll to OFCRA. This is win. I don't know what else to say. That's it. It's GG. I don't. So are they gonna end it? There it is. 9 points because some of them didn't even get cashed in yet. 36 people left alive, which means Op4 only took 14 casualties. Blue 4 lost all 31 of their dudes. Well, we'll be back in 2.5 hours for POG. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. That's all I got. Damn, that was quick. You know, I'm gonna play some Fallout. Screw that.